We've all calmed down after the MS Dhoni storm in Bangalore last night. We move our attention not far away to Hyderabad, and Kings 11 Punjab at the right end of the table take on Sunrisers Hyderabad, who got out of jail in Mumbai recently. Similar last games, both teams scoring not such high scores and defending it courtesy some great bowling and some limited batting from their respective oppositions in Mumbai and Delhi. This is ESPN Cricket for Matchday Runorder, powered by Techno Mobile, and I'm delighted that Sean Tate and Ajit Agarkar, what premium fast bowling we've got on our show today. Yeah.
It's been the first time.
Wow, how excited are you two? Yeah. And I'm delighted they've already claimed the wicket collectively of Gaurav Kalra, who is no more with us. A moment for him. No, he'll be back.
Rephrase.
I'm kidding.
On vacation.
I would never be so happy if he'd left for good. But he's on vacation. Follow his Twitter for pictures of the sea and Seychelles. Malay is with us. Malay, always good to have you. Our most creative writer next to our most creative thinker, Gaurav Sundaraman, who stayed up all night reading MS Dhoni tributes. In English,
Tamil, writing a few.
English, Tamil, 3-4 languages. Alexis,
Most
let's
creative
get kicking.
talker.
Oh, most creative talker.
Yeah, that's me.
First, tell me about the experience at Wankhede when you watched that cracking game
Oh,
and
goodness.
Sunrisers went.
We don't even need to go back to that. You could tell it was written in the scoreline. But the atmosphere was great. I'll give you that much. I just wish that that atmosphere translated onto the pitch and we could have seen a lot more runs than we did.
And as I understand, you were in the section where the wags normally sit.
Yes, I was the only non-wag.
Is what we are told to believe.
Are you sure about
The
that?
points
Pretty
table.
sure.
The
Single.
points table. The points table. Let's not digress. It's a cricket show. Sees Punjab and Hyderabad locked neck to net. So if Hyderabad win, they will go ahead of Punjab on the net run rate. But Kings 11 would look to put some space between them and the rest if they get up top today. Big news we're getting already is, of course, that Kings 11 have won the toss and will bowl. And further news is that there's no Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and there is no Yuvraj Singh. Some big calls being taken. Manoj Tiwari replaces him. And of course, as expected, Chris Gale, we're not sure whether he was unwell, injured or just tactically dropped, as Gaurav Sundaraman smiles and as I say it, is back. So let's get thoughts on the toss itself, because again, Sunrisers, Sean, are put in a position which isn't very favourable. Post a big score, they didn't do it against Bombay. Big toss for Kings 11.
It is. I mean, no Boovy, no Billy Stanlake. So their two strike bowlers are missing. I think Billy's done for the tournament, but they're missing this one. So that's a blow for them. I think they're feeling the punch at the moment a little bit. They're coming up against probably the informed side in the competition as well.
Right.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how it goes. Yeah.
That's a big one, Ajit, that Yuvraj Singh is missing for Kings 11. But yes, thoughts in general.
Yeah, not a big one for me. I think it was.
It's a good call. It's a big call to take.
They stretched it as much as they could because they were winning. But I think it's deserving. I think Manoj Tiwari played well last year. UV's not been in great form. You can see he's struggling. And at times, as hard as it is, you've got to make certain calls.
Yes.
I think it's the right one.
Okay, Gaurav, in the last game of these two teams, Ashwin surprised us by batting first and outmuscling Kings 11, outmuscling Sunrisers. This time he's done the opposite. Thoughts on why?
In fact, Hyderabad is a tough ground to chase, and the highest score which has been chased successfully since 2015 is 148. So that's not a stat which he would like, but
Although Hyderabad fell short by 4 runs the other night against Chennai, which was a good chase.
Yeah, 180 plus.
and also there was, I heard that there was some rain in the air and it's overcast. Maybe that could be a reason, but he likes to do different things differently. So
Malay, you always want to claim the victim of high-profile players. Last time you said drop Kyron Pollard. I'm sure you would have hoped to drop Yuvraj Singh.
What did I say? I was about to say Yuvraj, but then better sense had prevailed.
Oh my. Malay says few things, but they always make the headlines. Okay, Alexis, I think we should get our viewers interested in the poll, because the man of the moment, the man of the universe, Chris Gale is back.
Exactly, the universe boss. Now, you'll remember last time he came up against a certain Rashid, and well, we all remember who won. It was Chris Gale, but tonight they'll get to come up against each other, and that is where our first poll will be, but it's not just ready yet. We will get there soon.
Okay, we will. While Rashid Khan... There he is!
Oh, here it is. Okay, so we do have the poll now. Who will come out on top? Will it be Rashid Khan or will it be Chris Gale? Rashid recently said that you never learn as a bowler until you get licks. That's what he got from Chris Gale last time. If you're going to think that the universe boss will come out on top, use that emoji. Or if you think, Rashid will actually claim his wicket this time, just use the angry emoji, which I think a lot of people will be angry because everyone loves a Gale storm unless they're on the receiving end, right?
Yeah, well, 1 for 55 for Rashid Khan in the last game against Kings 11 Punjab. Chris Gale was largely the man who took him to the cleaners. Just looking at that, Chris Gale versus Rashid Khan, 42 of 16, including
easy,
6
sixes.
Yeah, my goodness. Talk about that. And after going for 55 against Punjab and then again going for runs against Chennai, Rashid Khan went for 11 against Mumbai. So which Rashid Khan are we expecting today, Teddy?
That's 2020 cricket, isn't it? I mean, obviously one of the, or if not the informed spin bowler in the world, to be honest, in 2020 cricket. A couple of bad games, but then a quality player came back and bowled well last game. So there's no doubt it'll be in his mind that he's playing against Gale right now. That's just the way. That's the way it happens if you're playing against a guy like that.
The one thing we kind of forget, because it's 55 given in those 4 overs. The first over he beat him thrice. There was a bottom edge which a tough catch.
Yeah.
And got hit for 3 sixes. So
he might be hoping he's out
small
before he
margin.
bowls.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, at least the first over he did trouble Chris Gale, and once Gale sees there's no spin, I mean, even if there is spin with the kind of power that he has, once he sort of gets his eye in, then he's a difficult guy to stop.
Was there a batsman you two had when you played, not necessarily only 2020 cricket, but who you knew had your number, and whenever you went in another game, it played on your minds? Anyone you can think of?
Yeah, there's probably a fair few actually.
A long list.
The ever modest Teddy.
Anyone on the top of that list? Generally, who really affected your mind? God, I hate bowling to this guy.
I mean, you always thought about playing against Chris. That's for sure. I've bowled to him a number of times in 2020 cricket as well. He was always a tough one, and David Warner was a similar sort of guy. Playing against him domestically and wherever it was always tough playing against those guys that took you on.
Ajit?
But that's, I mean, the usual suspect. Like he said, there's a long list. I mean, the hitting power just keeps getting better and better. I mean, I haven't played for 4 years. Can't imagine what they do to me at the moment. So,
You'll be okay.
no, it's. I mean, that's the thing about Chris Gale, though. There's no one type of bowler that troubles him. Okay, maybe you could argue early on, if you have someone like a Stanley, could perhaps trouble him, or Bhuvi, if he really moves, both are missing. And that's the real worry for Sunrisers.
And the thing is, normally when you build up these contests, Gale gets out quickly first ball, and then
I know.
all of this is a complete waste of our time. How often has that happened, Alexis? Fairly often, I think.
Hopefully it doesn't happen tonight, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I mean,
All
there is
right.
only so much you can do.
Rashid had mentioned after the last game, I think in the presser, that he fed a lot of length balls to Gale and Raina, and he bought his length back the previous game. So again, maybe it'd be interesting to see how he bowls.
You can't make the same mistakes so often, right? And they've just played, 3-4 days back.
You have very high standards, Malay of cricketers, I've noticed.
That's the thing with these back-to-back matches, that the same players will not repeat their mistakes.
My
One would
mind.
hope.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Rashid Khan, more than the Chris Gale onslaught, I think he looked a little bit worried when Chennai hit him.
Yes.
Mumbai gave him a real bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a pitch which gave him a bit of help, and the batting was pretty ordinary. So that would have got his confidence up going into this game.
Okay.
The thing against this team, there's 2 guys at the top that you got to bowl to that are whacking the ball around at the moment. So Rahul's also
Sure, let's
as
not
good
forget that.
as good as Gale at the moment, I think.
All right, now let's just confirm the 2 teams for you, and we'll start with the Kings 11 side. We've already told you that Chris Gale is back as expected after missing the last game against Delhi. So I'm looking through that list. Aaron Finch stays. Manoj Tiwari is the other player in for Yuvraj Singh. We know that. So Chris Gale back into the side. Right, that's big news for you. And as we confirm the Sunrisers Hyderabad team as well, we'll just get that up for you. We know there's no Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, so that's the first big change that they've had. It's the same team otherwise that played the Wankhede and defended that score ridiculously. So once again, it's at the cost of repeating ourselves, there's no place for Alex Hales. Ajit?
Yeah, they're stuck with Nabi, haven't they? I mean, could be something to do with Chris Gale at the top as well. He likes to bowl with the new ball. Might be an interesting choice first up against him if he can get it right. Not that he spins the ball a lot, but he's quite sort of skiddy of the pitch. And gives a bit of batting
Adds
as
a bit
well.
of batting as well.
Yeah, so it's a tough one. Shikhar Dhawan's there. If Shikhar Dhawan wasn't there, they might have looked at getting Alex Hales in. But you expect Dhawan to do that job at the top of the order.
Very well. And now Sunrisers know that they can even defend 118. So, well, who needs power hitters?
About 30.
What do the coaches think in all these games of close finishes, and what you might have been following a new property we've started on ESPN Cricket for, that Malay, who's with us, pens himself. If you like it or not, we'll come back to him after that. But this is Coach's Diary.
The law of averages has to catch up sometimes. Diary. Well, today was that day. First loss of the season. First in Punjab, but hey, I'm not worried. Let me admit, I believe we're the finest bowling side, and Chris Gale still hit a century. That man is a T20 legend. When Bhuvi couldn't do much, I knew it was going to be tough. We needed pace on this big ground, so Chris got a look in, and Big Billy, our match winner at Eden, had to sit out. Did well, I think. I also want to get Alex Hales to open, hopefully in another low-pressure game, because after Warner, we have been dependent upon Darwin, and that's not a great thing. Look what happened today. Kane should have opened. He takes a while to get going, so it could have helped. It is a relief that Panny is back in form though. Didn't really chase it down, but ensured we shrunk the margin of losses. My eye is always on the net run rate. Lesson learnt, gotta go. P.S. SRH today stood for Shika Retired Hurt, didn't it? He'll be fine.
Nice little flashback to the reverse fixture between these two sides at Mohali. Malay, you enjoyed writing this game.
Imaginary coach has been wanting Alex Hales from a long time now.
Yes.
Maybe the captain is saying no.
You put your thoughts, what you actually want, you disguise them and you put them through.
My eyes are sore from watching every single ball of the match.
It's a problem that faces many of us, Malay. But no, we look forward to the IPL now. The other thing, what that coach's diary also did was it explained how Sunrisers batting needs a few changes. Now there aren't any changes in personnel, but to be fair, Terry, that they got out of jail against Mumbai, there would seriously be some questions about their batting.
I think we just spoke then. I think someone like Pandey, he needs to step up now. He's an important player in that middle order there, and he's a good player, but he just needs a bit of touch. I mean, Alex Hales we all sort of want him in there, but he definitely added different dynamic to their lineup. So I know we all keep talking about him, but at the end of the day, he's not playing, so the other guys got to do the job.
I mean, I hate to pick on one player, but the other problem is Ridhiman Saha. Wherever you put him, you're not quite understanding his role, and he also, I think, is struggling to identify what he's supposed to do. But that's a batting lineup without Deepak Hooda now. There are some serious questions about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that Mumbai wins a huge bonus for them. I mean, they didn't play well enough. Okay, they bowled well enough, but they didn't I thought they might leave Saha out this game and play Goswami, who generally opens and is a bit of a dasher at the top of the order. But they've stuck to Saha. Yeah, that batting doesn't convince you. They'll have to put 180 on. Yes. They have to have a chance. They've got the bowling in spite of missing Bhuvi and Stanley, but they'll have to get enough runs because someone like a Chris Gale gets going, I don't think it will be enough.
Well, the key to Chris Gale getting going was going to be how he faces the new ball. We've seen a different Chris Gale in this IPL. He's been more measured. He takes his time before he tees off. Sandeep Sharma is a bowler that he'll also have to look out for, because even though Sandeep Sharma unbelievably couldn't find a place in the 11 until Bhuvneshwar Kumar got injured, has been more than impressive in the two opportunities, both against the Mumbai Indians, that he's got. And 4 times Gaurav is when he's dismissed him in 7 innings, striking at 114. So he knows how to bowl to Chris Gale.
Yes, he does. And I remember a game a couple of years ago where Gale just played out Sandeep Sharma and then went on to score the century for RCB, obviously. And so he will be looking again. They're chasing, so they know the target. He knows which bowler to attack. And now that they will be a bit confident about hitting Rashid, so they could play out Sandeep. And talking about what Ajit's point about Sunrisers batting, if you actually see Kings and Punjab batting as well, today you have Tiwari instead of Yuvraj. Finch has not been among the runs, and again you're moving Finch back to the middle order. So it's very important for the Sunrisers to get Gale and Gale and Rahul, and then I think
there are still some questions.
Yeah, they have a long tail as well. So
okay, well, Alexis, we have the result of the first poll.
Yes,
I think
it is.
Let's see if Chris Gale can repeat it.
Exactly. We'll see what all the fans are saying now. So we did ask you, who do you think is going to come out on top when Chris Gale faces Rashid Khan again? And 66% are hoping for a Gale storm, while 34%, probably all from Rashid's wonderful country, are voting for him. All right, we have another poll because we like to hear your guys and your thoughts on what you think. So Tiwari for Yuvraj. Yuvraj finally dropped. Do you think that was a good decision? Just use that heart emoji if you think yes, and that shocked emoji if you think no. Not sure how many people will genuinely be shocked by that decision now.
I'm shocked that in spite of our huge Afghan fan base, on Facebook Live,
That's what I was saying.
I'm amazed.
Only 34% probably showed up in that poll there.
No, but they're showing that they vote objectively. They don't.
That's
they're
right.
not blinded by
Like,
national
like,
flavor.
like cricket info.
Intelligent cricket followers.
Intelligent cricket followers.
Yes.
You almost say that seriously. Yeah, you are saying that
Well,
seriously.
the IPL is
Sorry.
better when Chris Gayle is firing. I mean, few people will say that they don't get excited unless, of course, they are bowling to him.
Okay. Well, the other thing about Punjab, if you look on their side, they also defended a reasonably low score against Delhi at the Kotla. And Andrew Ty has been the standout bowler. Bought for good money, but Ashwin's used him well, used him at the death. However, if you compare Ty to the others, would you say there's a problem, Sean Tate? As Gaurav also can take us through these numbers where Andrew Ty has been particularly good at the death, the rest of the Punjab bowlers in comparison not quite. But in the Shran among them.
That's a pretty big difference, 7.3 and 12.1. So obviously Ashwin's gone to Ty for those crucial overs, and he did bowl some really good overs against Delhi the other night. So and he gives a boundary once in 10 balls in the death, which is phenomenal considering that's almost 2 overs where you don't hit a boundary. So yes, he's proven again. He's done that across leagues. He's been selected for Australia also. He's their specialist death bowler, so you would want him to do that. He has fulfilled his role, unlike we've seen for other teams. So
okay, let's spend a little time on this because they've made some smart, interesting choices. Ashwin has done that. Bowled Mujib in the last over, Barinder Shran towards the end. They've left out Mohit Sharma to play Ankit Rajput. I'm just trying to see the makeup of this Punjab bowling. Who best complements Andrew Ty at the death for you, Tate?
Well, I don't mind the Rajput option actually, but he's got some confidence up. He looks like he's running in pretty hard, and he's bowling really well at the moment.
He looks like a new ball option though. And
Yeah,
not
I
someone
mean,
you
yeah,
would
whether
say.
he's a genuine option for the death, I'm not sure, but eventually at some stage in his career he's going to probably have to bowl it. They might not need him to bowl now because Ty's bowling so well, but looking around the tournament, there's been a bit of a lack of quality in the death bowling at the moment.
Yeah, no, nothing better shown than Bangalore's game last night.
So it just shows how important and how valuable I think someone like a Ty is.
Ankit Rajput is keeping Mohit Sharma out of the team. Mohit Sharma was usually one of the guys you knew was going to bowl at the death. Whether he executed it more often than not is another story. But does a Barinder Shran have it in him to bowl at the death? Would you keep Ankit Rajput or Ashwin, who's seen that he can throw the ball even to Mujib at the end?
Yeah, I think to me, Shran has been one of the standouts of this tournament so far. I mean, okay, might not show in the figures, but the way he's bowled in this tournament, that's the best I've seen him bowl. Even when he played for India, he didn't have the kind of zip that he's showing at
He's
the
looking
moment.
a bit fitter, isn't he?
Always had the slow ball,
Sure.
which is quite good, and swinging the ball. I hope he definitely gives him the new ball.
Okay.
It does swing early on for him, and he's a good option at the end. But with Mujib giving him at least 1 over, almost like a Sunil Narayan.
Yes.
He has that option, and with Andrew Ty, then you can always juggle on who's bowling better on the day, whether it's Rajput or Saran. So, and plus Ashwin every now and then, depending on the conditions or situation of the game, can bowl over or two. So they have options,
it's
which is
not
what
the worst.
which is some of the teams really lack at this
Yeah.
point. I mean, Deatho has become a bit of a joke, really.
Sure. Now, one man who's done well for Hyderabad on the other side is Sid Kaul. Again, we saw the passion and the aggression when Mumbai came in front of him. That passion and aggression has earned him a reprimand after the last game. That's all that we know. But he's grown a little more from that photograph that we've taken from his under 19 days. Clearly a standout bowler when Sunrisers win, Gaurav.
yeah, and he's kept his line and length. He's bowled very good balls onto the stumps, good yorkers. He's got a lot of wickets with those kind of deliveries. 6.6 is again phenomenal, and Sunrisers have invested on him. They had him a couple of years ago. Last year also they had him. He's bowled well for them. Yes, he didn't get as many opportunities. Now he looks like a sure shot guy in the playing 11. So he's kept his fate, and he's obviously, I think he was just selected for the Indian team also just some time back.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good bowler, and he bowled so smartly against Hardik Pandya the
Exactly.
other day.
We saw
He
that.
didn't bowl to his stumps, he bowled it away so that he will just go for the swing and miss it. He
He
didn't bowl in
added
the
a
arc.
bit of pace
Yes,
as well
yeah, a little
over the
zip.
last couple of years, which is obviously helped because he has the other skills to then bowl well. I mean, look at someone like him and you think that the batsman can get after him. I think
Yes.
that little half a yard of speed has made a difference to his bowling.
Sure, and you keep saying, Terry, looking at so many games, why bowlers try and bowl the wide Yorker, fail it. He's smart. He didn't bowl it to Hardik Pandya, but otherwise he keeps it straight.
I just think the wide Yorker is a good option, but I think if you're trying to bowl 6 of them, I'm yet to see a guy that can land 6 perfect wide Yorkers. There's always a couple of wides or a couple of half volleys that get hit. So I just think it's been a bit more unpredictable. I think would be nice to see from the death bowlers, to be honest. hey, it's easy sitting from here to watch blokes bowl to death, but at the same time, he's been pretty good, yeah.
Okay, let's move on now. I'm sure there are plenty of fans tweeting their wids away. So, Alexis Nunes, let's go to the dugout that we all enjoy.
Yes, indeed. You know we love and hate social media, but in this case, we love it a lot. So now let's go to Isha Acton for the social dugout.
Just one of those days when everything is about MSD, right? But I've dug up something else too, because this is the social dugout, and here we go. Captain Cool turned back the clock yesterday, took the game to the last over in his classic style. But I have some news about his style that many of his friends can emulate. His hairstyle, of course. Courtesy his hairstylist friend Sapna Bhavnani, this Viking look is catching up with some boys from the Yellow Army. And talking of hairdos, the captain himself was cutely playing dad with daughter Ziva this morning. Pretty cute, huh? But beyond Dhoni, the newer kids on the block too are setting new bars in fitness. Punjab's KL Rahul, who I think is the fittest guy of the team, posted this core workout before today's game. While his opening partner, Chris Gayle, is boss enough to not work out and still hit more sixes. This is Gayle's idea of match prep. Not bad, eh? And moving on to Punjab's opponents for the day, SRH. The boys seem to have taken an auto rickshaw to the ground tonight. According to this post, with Bhuvi the driver, expect some really fast moves, I say.
अरे इस्माइल भाई इसको कुछ भी नको बोलो यारो पहले ही मेरे पास बगैर तनख्वाह के काम कर रहा है यारो आजकल ड्राइवरां भी नहीं मिल रहे.
That's all for me. I strongly recommend Ronak to get a Viking haircut too. What do you say, guys?
Well, if you had any questions about why Bhuvi's not playing, that might be your answer.
Yeah, and I'm not sure of that haircut for me, but let's see how things
Give it a
go.
go. You could do it. Everyone's been, sporting these pretty interesting
Yeah.
styles.
I guess he
Taylor took 10 years off by shaving his beard today. Nobody noticed.
No,
I
noticed. Yeah, of course you did.
Interesting is one way to talk about those haircuts.
Interesting. Taylor's not the biggest fan of that. But Ronak, just let go of the sides, do a cool comb over.
Very well.
New man.
One man who knows.
Ajit says it won't help.
Very well. The only man who knows about style from the Indian team in the last 15 years is not Ajit Agarkar, it's Yuvraj Singh. But to compare his numbers against Manoj Tiwari, which I'm sure as a UV fan, and if you're buzzing in on the poll that we asked you, you would like to see. So UV versus Tiwari. Tiwari was very good for Pune over the last couple of years, winning them a few games, crucial situations, all that. But since 2017 for Manoj Tiwari, see the numbers there, strike rate higher. Yuvraj Singh this season hasn't quite had it in for him. So then it was a change that we expected, but it's also nice to see, in a way, R. Ashwin making that tough call.
Yeah, I think it's been 6 games. It's that's a fair amount. Okay, he missed out batting in a couple of games when Chris Gayle got the runs, but you can almost see he seems off the pace, no real form. Sometimes you can see a batsman is getting out, but he's still striking the ball well, and you can afford to, especially if you're winning, stretch that run. But when you have a player sitting in your squad who's done well last year, it sometimes becomes a lot easier, the decision. It's the right decision, as tough as it is, and is the right call.
Yes, the strike rate's the highlighted. Yeah, and that's just, if Yuvraj is coming in and hitting a few balls for 6 at the end, then fine. But he's just not doing that. His strike rate's well behind.
Yeah, Manoj Tiwari also better fielder these days than Yuvraj Singh. Has already fielded for Chris Gayle for a significant amount of time in the innings. Now Chris Gayle will have to field this time, as it turns out, because both of them are actually playing. Right now, yes, Gaurav.
In the last 3 or 4 days, we've seen Gautam Gambhir go out, we've seen Yuvraj Singh go out, and the other side, we've seen Dhoni completely turn the tide.
Oh my God! Go home.
Is he from Chennai?
Look at the smile in the start of his sentence.
Isn't it a fact?
It is
What
a
are you
fact.
trying to say?
But your happiness is also a fact in that.
No, that's something you assume. But
Oh my
What about
God!
so if MS was doing badly, would he be dropped?
Oh.
he's a captain, so.
So even Gambhir was the captain. Even Gambhir was the captain.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but you need to keep on doing that, not Stephen Fleming. The Aussies have it in them. Poor Stephen. Sorry, Stephen. Right. Mujib and Rashid both together. We'll come to them in just a second, but we asked you about Tiwari and Yuvraj Singh. Let's see where you stand on it. 86%. I'm telling you, we got a really clever fan base today.
Yes,
smart,
we do.
knows their cricket, all of that. Right. 2 revelations, Afghan revelations up against each other. Rashid Khan versus Mujibur Rahman. There are numbers that as to how they fare against right and left-hand batsmen. So, take your time, Gaurav Sundaraman. What have you observed?
We shouldn't forget Nabi is also there today. So that's 3 Afghans today. Yeah, so both of them, it's been pretty interesting, you know. Rashid's gone to the cleaners by the left-hand batsman. And I think the only wicket he got was Kunal Pandya. Whereas Mujib's been pretty good. Both of them are bold in tough situations. And
Yeah, I mean, that's a striking difference. I mean, Mujib's played a lot less, but I'm just seeing 5.1 at an economy against the lefties. We'll just see the other numbers as well.
Yeah, so I think the plan by the opposition was to bring in left-handers against Rashid after seeing Gale and Suresh Raina, and that's what Rashid said, that he's changed his line of attack. With right-handers, it's again, Mujib's been a bit unsuccessful, maybe partly due to ABD's onshot the other day, and Uttappa, I think, also hit him for a few. So it's a fun comparison
contest,
in terms of two
Okay, let's
Afghan
just spend a
bowlers.
couple of moments to see why the kind of bowlers that they are gives them sort of success. Think of the variations that Rashid has and the ones that Mujib has.
I was going to say, well, I don't know the numbers on Wrongans, but you know, the one that goes the other way to the left-handers, maybe he's been bowling that better. That'd be interesting to get those numbers eventually. But yeah, the other thing is Rashid's hit Chris Gale as well. Like so he had that game to shatter his numbers a little bit. So, and then the one after that as well. So that's the thing.
Just looking at them on face value,
People aren't picking them from hand, isn't it? That's the thing. I mean, we've seen world over generally with wrist spinners, and Mujib's a bit different. But people don't seem to be picking them from hand. That makes it even more difficult. Someone like AB de Villiers can still adjust even if he doesn't pick him, because he's obviously better than the rest. To play them off the pitch, especially when there's a little bit of help, we saw in Mumbai the other night, is a lot harder than when the pitch is a bit flatter. So yeah, I think it's a phenomena which is sort of world over at the
Also,
moment
when you're
because
a
of
new-
T20
yeah.
cricket.
When you're a newer player coming on the scene, you can get away with a season or whatever if you haven't been seen by a lot of players, and that's where Rashid's probably been a couple of seasons now where Gale and these guys have seen him and have got an idea what he might be doing.
Yeah, that's true. The first season for Mujib. Now, as we wrap things up on our pre-show, I saw Alexis at the 1KD that day on the telly, and I saw her with one hand trying to get one of these. Alexis, what were you trying to do?
I was trying to not catch one, but give it a go. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness, brilliant.
Save his
And
hands
on that
there.
note, why don't you tell our fans what they could win?
Exactly. Well, if you can do that, and not many can, trust me, but you could win 100,000 rupees in our Tata Nexon one-handed fan catch. So if you're at the stadium and you see any of those big sixes coming your way, just try and catch it with one hand. And like I said, 100,000 rupees on the line, plus a chance to win a Tata Nexon car.
It's just a West Indian thing.
You might actually get a game with the West Indies.
Lord knows they need anything these days. Might take anything they can get.
That's it then. On that note, I'm calling time on the show. Thank you very much. Ajit Agarkar, Sean Tate. Give me a prediction for the score. Good Kings 11 bowling lineup. Questions around Sunrisers Hyderabad. 140, 150?
No, I'm going to go 160.
160. Ajit?
Yeah.
Just give me a doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, no more than 165.
165. Very well. See you guys. Gaurav numbers, Malay numbers.
150.
150.
180.
180.
155.
155. 119. One more than the last game from me.
Oh,
All right. Download the ESPN Cricket for mobile app for our extensive coverage around the IPL. Let's focus our attention to that game and see you again at half time. Thanks for watching ESPN Cricket for Matchday Runorder, powered by Techno Mobile.